So
Money meal.
all the guys have talked about how hard it is to wait, but you've been waiting a lot longer than the rest of the guys. Just what has been that process like mentally, and when did you feel like, okay, I'm back and now it's time?
Mentally, I just been like throughout the process. I've been trying to create my own peace by like just going through rehab, like day to day, just clearing my mind, not trying to think about it like when it first happened. But like once I got the surgery, I realized this is just like what I gotta go through, because like this is the only thing that's gonna make me better. Like this is the only thing that's gonna like get me through a season, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like it was definitely needed, and like throughout the process I didn't take it hard. I just grinded. Like it was a long grind, and we here now.
So this team seems really close. Everyone we talk to, that's all the signs. How good a job did they do of keeping you connected last year
with the team?
Yeah.
By just creating energy on the sideline, keeping everybody up. Whenever someone's head was down, I went up to them and I was like, keep your head up, like next play. Like that's the part I tried to play whenever I was hurt. Like just keeping my teammates up and not just dry sitting down on the sideline and just watching. You know what I'm saying?
And what about them giving it to you, making sure that
Oh,
you're not?
These my guys. They always just told me like, it's a process. It's always a process to things, and just keep your head up and just continue to work day to day, and you'll be back out there soon. And I just stuck with that. Like they continue to tell me, throughout the process, like we with you, man, like good. And like as we got closer, like they're like, it's coming. Like they continue to tell me like it's almost here. Like we ready for you. Like we ready to see what you. We ready to see you back at it, for real. That's basically what they've been telling me recently.
And what do you feel like you're going to bring to the defense this year?
I'm focusing on bringing, speed, speed for one. I plan on bringing a lot to the table when it comes to controlling the edge. Like I feel like I can control the edge pretty good. And I feel like that's going to play a big part, because you have to have edge control.
And so, I mean, obviously the pass rush gets all the attention, and we'll ask you about that, but tell us about controlling the edge. Tell us about your job in the run game and how important it is, and what it is you need to be.
I'm not really sure, because we're not sure like how things will go, like as a scheme wise, because we haven't got into it yet. So I'm not really sure where I'll be, like, as of right now. I know I'm at rush, and I'll just be coming off the edge, and when doing that, I plan on just using speed. Speed is the key to me, like just beating my opponents with speed. And if speed don't work, I plan on beating them with a mean counter.
And when you're in a game, I always think of it like a pitcher in baseball, right? You've got different moves.
Yes, sir.
And you're not going to show all the moves in the first quarter. Like, how do you judge a guy? How do you grade a guy, or feel him out about, like, okay, where can I hurt? Where can I beat him? And how can I beat him? How does that process go for you?
First, I just, when I'm going against my opponent, like, because I've been doing it for a while now. When I'm going against my opponent, I try to figure out his set after the first few snaps. And if he just a drop back setter, I'm focus more on getting upfield and working a mean counter move, because he's just a drop setter. Now, if you're a heavy setter, I gotta work more speed to power. If you're a heavy leaner, I gotta go on a quick arm over or something if you're a big leaner, or a cross chop if you're a big leaner. I got stuff planned out based on like the tackle set, his hands, how low his hands is, how high his hands is. It all depends, and like that's what I look at, like going throughout the game. Like if you got low hands, high hands, that all depends on like my that giving me my like pre-snap routine of like what I'm gonna do. I'm going against my opponent based off his hands, high hands, low hands, his set.
Coach Grinch talked about the fourth quarter and how that's a big place where you guys want to get better and be better. So from just what we were just talking about right now, when you get into the fourth quarter, is it a situation where you maybe saved something to show, you want to have something new to show the guy, or are you saying, okay, what has worked for the first 3 quarters, and that's kind of what I'm going to work off of?
Can you repeat that?
So like you get into the 4th quarter and you're thinking about what move you're going to do on a guy
Right.
and how you're going to beat him.
Right.
Would you ever save something for the 4th quarter, or do you want to try to show everything and see what works?
I would never save something. I'll just keep working it consistently, because then boom, all of a sudden in the 4th quarter, that move may work. You know, it's all about consistency. Like in anything, like you just gotta be consistent. You just gotta keep working on that move, and all of a sudden, boom, it's just consistently working now. Like you can't stop it at all. Just like, but if I wouldn't say I save a move for the 4th quarter, because like throughout the game I just do different moves, and like I said, it's consistently, like it's about consistency. So it'll be that one move I just work on, like, you know, it could be anything, like I said, based off his hands or his set.
So you're one of the transfers that came from the SEC. Obviously there's a great reputation, and obviously they win a lot of championships over there. So when you look at this team and you look at physicality and all the things that go into being a great defense, how confident are you that you guys can play not just the best Pac-12 teams?
It's no difference. It's all ball. That's what I realized when I came out here, when I transferred from the SEC. Like, it's all ball. It's all football. It's the same talent everywhere. It's just, well, I could say in the SEC, like, it's more of a, you know, of course, a size thing. But once I got over here, like, I realized size didn't really matter. Like, everybody got strength and everybody's strong in majority of the leagues. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like Pac-12
how was the adjustment process?
was no different for real when it came to like offensive tackle. As I went up against my teammates and stuff in practice, I was like, man, like this basically the same thing. Like players with the same strength, players with the same, you know, athletic ability. There's no difference to me for real. Like I just feel like my team, I just feel like we have a solid offensive line and a solid defensive line, and we're gonna make each other better this year for sure. As practice go on, and as we work up to the, you know, as we work up to starting the season, I know for sure like we're gonna make each other better every day, because we have a solid offensive line and a solid defensive line for sure.
And you played against teams that went on to win the national championship. So you've been on the field with Alabama, Georgia. You played for a good Auburn team, right? So do you feel like this team can get to those places and get to that level?
We can definitely get to that level. We can definitely get to that level. As long as we stay together and continue to work hard day to day, as long as we all keep the same work ethic. Like our work ethic as a team is crazy. Everybody up here day to day. Like I can say, like I can bet you, like as we go through our camp, there'll be people up here working out after practice or working out before practice. Like that's just the teamwork ethic we have. Like it's amazing. Our teamwork ethic is amazing, and I feel like we can definitely go all the way this year. No.
Yeah, and I'm just curious about, you know, Travis Dye had such a big leadership role, not just on the offense, like kind of the whole team kind of responded to him. Is there anybody on the team this year who's maybe a contender or like
Didi, definitely a contender. Didi, like, you know, he's been around a long time, and that's one of the guys we look up to, like when it comes to like, you know, just stand present, just stand in the moment. That's all like Didi want for his teammates, like just stay in the moment, continue to work hard. Didi always have a powerful word, like for pregame, for practice, for workouts. Didi always have a powerful saying, and they always, you know, they always end up going good whenever Didi says something.
Jonah said that.
Jonah also, that's another.
Jonah's another.
Okay. Jonah is another. Like he don't say much, but when he do, like people know, like, oh, listen to Jonah. Like you can really learn something if you listen to Jonah, because he's so smart and technical. Like in his position, like Jonah is rare for Jonah to mess up, so it's good to listen to Jonah, because like he's a smart guy and a good guy.
What makes him tough to go up against?
It's the older one, not the newer one. So it's like probably about 5 minutes from here. Yeah, I mean, you go to
from what I
one,
remember,
you go to the one in
Jonah is a very good setter. Jonah's pass set is
You gotta hit the
one of a
walls,
few.
I know Uber
He has one of the best passes I've ever seen. He stays low. He don't just pop up like most tackles do. He stays low, tight hands. Jonah very technical. So it be last year was he made me better and I made him better for sure. Because there was times where he did his thing and there was times where I did my thing. So I feel like going against Jonah that last year definitely made me better, and I feel like I definitely made him better. And I feel like there was other rushers that made him better also, and other tackles that made me better also. Because that's just how we work throughout practice. Like of course, we try to make each other better. We try to throw in moves at each other to make each other better, new things, like just in case like they go against somebody that try to do the same move on them. So, like we make each other better.
So I'm going to ask you some different type of questions. I'm just curious because we asked different position groups, but who's the funniest guy in your position group?
Me.
You're it.
I'm the funniest guy in the position group.
Hands down.
Hands down.
No debate.
No debate.
Okay. Who's second place?
Mill.
This guy right here?
Yeah, that guy right there.
Did you guys know each other before? Did you have any kind of past?
No, sir. I didn't meet him until on a visit, and we kind of went from there.
So,
things kind of went from there.
As a transfer, welcoming a transfer, kind of, did you guys have a chance to talk about just coming from a common place, or just like, what was your advice to him or any of the other transfers?
My advice with him, because he was coming from Georgia State, and my advice with him was, bro, it's no different. Like, it's football. Like, just come over here and play ball, and you're out of it. Like, you can literally do one more year if you just come over here and play ball, because it's no different from Georgia State. A lot of people go from like let's say if someone went from Georgia State to the SEC or from a small school like Alabama, like it's all just football to me. Like that's what I was telling them. Like it's all just football. Just come over here and play the same ball you've been playing.
What's the toughest part of last season for you?
The toughest part is just watching my guys go at it and not being able to be out there with them. And like, I just use that for motivation. I just use that to keep my guys up. Use it as another thing to just keep my guys up and just continue to not just just think about the injury throughout the season, but work on picking my teammates up throughout the game and stuff throughout the season, and working on like making sure they heads high. Like whenever we took the losses and stuff, I was there for my teammates. I was there by their side, and I was telling them it's everything happened for a reason, and we just got to continue to play. So that was my main focus last year. Like just continue to be with my teammates as we went throughout the season and just keep their heads.
Is there a particular time in the season that was like the hardest for you to know that you couldn't be out there with them?
When they was going against Utah, like that's the game that was like really making me upset because we was on a hot winning streak. I was like, man, like I could have just been that extra piece, or something, like if I was there. That's what I was thinking. But there's never just been a time where I was just down bad. All I could do is just pray and just create my own peace last year.
How is the shoulder now, and are you full good for camp?
I'm feeling great. Feeling wonderful. Excellent. Excellent.
When was the moment when you were first like, I'm fully good?
It wasn't a moment. It was a moment. A couple months ago where I was lifting and stuff. I'm like, I'm feeling great. Like I'm in here pushing weight now. Like it's crazy. Like this was a long process. Like it was a moment where I couldn't do anything, and now I'm here. So like it's just a blessing. I always thought of it as a blessing. As always, like the man above, like I just, it's a process, long process, long road from here.
Remember, what was it that happened to your shoulder? Like, how did that initially happen? The cause of injury?
Nothing major. I've been having, like, at my previous school, I was having shoulder problems.
That's right.
And that's where it started at.
It was just
Yeah.
straw broke the camel's back.
Yeah.
Situation.
That's right.
The competition at that rush-in spot seems wide open. A lot of talent there, a lot of guys. How do you kind of size up the competition and where you fit in?
Right now, I'm just getting it out the mud. Like, I'm just working my bit. I'm sure I'm just working my way up. Nobody could just come back in and just have a permanent. Nobody got a permanent spot. You know what I'm saying? So all I know is I'm just working my way back up. Everybody got a starting point, and that's where I'm gonna be this far. And I just gotta work my way back up. Nothing is given.
When you miss a year like that, how much does it just make you want to prove yourself even more now?
When you miss a big year like that, as much as as many people as much as we was watched all over the world, and the attention we had, it was tough because I really wanted that that shine, and I really wanted that shine with my teammates. I really wanted to go all the way with my teammates. So it was tough. It was definitely tough on me.
What have you thought of Jamil?
Oh, that's my guy. Jamil, funny guy, humble, can ball for sure. Feel like he one of the unstoppable ones for sure. That man can ball.
What is it that he does particularly well?
What brought me to USC
Speed. That's what the rest position is about. It's a lot of speed in that room. It's a lot of speed in that room. Like it's a lot of speed and strength in that room. So them two together is unstoppable, and that's why I say this rest position this year is gonna be a lot to handle because it's some ball players in the room for sure, and Coach Manning plays a big part on that because he's such a great coach.
We're seeing some pictures of Braylon Shelby. He's looking physically ready for the role. What stood out to you about him?
Braylon Shelby is going to be a baller for sure. His work ethic is crazy. He's one of the hardest working freshmen I ever seen. Usually, a freshman come in, ease their way in, but he came straight at it. I'm talking about he in the weight room pushing weight like a fifth year. I'm like, bro, this is crazy. First day he come in, weight on the bar. I'm like, man, yeah, he gonna be special. And I just knew from there, Braylon Shelby gonna be a dog. Definitely a 3-year.
Awesome. Thanks for
Good stuff. Thanks for having. Best of luck this season.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Yes, sir.
Hey, yes, I'm Gary from Los
Romello
Angeles
Height.
Times. Nice
Yes,
to meet
sir.
you. Pleasure. Take your picture over here.
Yes, sir.
It's just the fact that he won a high. And then, even aside from USC, it's in personality. I mean, let's think about who that's not three times? How long has it been?
There's been very encouraging.
Gotcha. Yeah, no. I mean, anybody that has been in inside these walls and been around Coach Riley or Coach Riley, they understand that you don't have a number of championships, a number of high ball.
Coach Riley in Tactical Media they talked about the responsibility of West Coast football. Obviously, grew up Southeast. What is the difference between West Coast football and football at Tennessee, Vanderbilt, Georgia State?
I mean, high-level football is high-level football. I think it comes in different forms, whether USC or Pac-12 is not throwing the ball, whether it's Tennessee. With the exception of this past year, they threw it a ton. But with the exception of this past year, they were really known for the ground and pound, which is, I think, what's funny about it, people knock the Pac-12 because of how much they pass, how soft they are. But it's funny how Tennessee had so much success last year and they stole that style. So I think a lot of coaches or a lot of programs are moving in that trend. So I don't think it's too much of a difference, in the direction we're going now. But if you ask anybody else, they'll probably say, South is Southeast is more physical than West Coast. But I think they're all, if it's elite, it's elite.
No, I agree. Coming back to a school like USC, you went from Vanderbilt to Georgia State. Are you talk about proving something to yourself? Is it proving that you belong at this level?
Absolutely. I mean, I know I belong, but it's more than just that. It's proving that I can be stripped of everything I wanted and go get it back in another area. You know, at Vanderbilt, I was given the opportunity senior. I did well in the spring game, and then after that, things took place where I wanted to be switched in. So that stripped away I think my ability to be able to play quarterback.